I'm in my basement.
Hey, I wish I had a basement.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, terrestrials and extraterrestrials. Welcome to tonight's podcast of Watching Wyrd. We're doing alien invasions. Unfortunately, Hadley could not be with us tonight, so there is no adult supervision. So do not be surprised if the FCC closes us down. You all know me. Tonight with me is my cohorts in crime, Alan Gamboa.
Hey, good evening.
And Rich Restucci.
Hey guys.
So, as I said, we were doing alien invasion movies tonight. We'll start with Alan.
Right to the wolves.
I see how it is. Well, good evening, everybody. That's tuning in to us. Like Scott said, we're doing alien invasion. We're doing Mars attacks, Battle LA, the original Predator, and my movie Alien Outpost. So I guess we'll start with that.
Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, Tony. Good to see you. I love this movie. It's a low budget, 2014 war. Basically, it's a war movie. It's a found footage. Hey, Landa. And it's also kind of a found footage movie, too. Basically, and I know how you feel about those, Scott.
Actually, this one I feel different about, but go ahead.
Okay, this one starts out in 2021. We're invaded by these aliens called the Heavies. And I think that's a cool name because these things are huge and they wear these armored suits. They look like, hey, Whitney, good to see you.
Hi,
they look like, or good to see your name. They look like aliens out of a video game, kind of. But they've got the armor. And actually, for a low budget movie, the special effects on the aliens isn't half bad.
No.
But they have these outposts that are placed throughout the world to fight off these aliens. And eventually we overall win the battle of these aliens. There's still pockets of them in certain places. And where this outpost 31 is, it's out. Is it 31 or is that?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
sounds right.
It sounds right. And also that's, isn't that the one in the thing? Isn't it Outpost 31 too? I didn't catch that.
No, I'm
that's
not.
What it
no,
is.
I gotta look up.
Yeah, if it is, nods to the thing. There's got to be. Anyway, they're I believe in Afghanistan.
Yes.
And it takes place. 3 new soldiers and a movie crew are dropped off outside this outpost, and it follows them as you get to know the soldiers that are there, how they're fighting the aliens, and how the aliens react with the people that live in the area. And it's actually a pretty fun movie for the budget they have. I know. I can't believe
it is Outpost 31.
It is Outpost 31.
Yeah,
anyway. All right. So I didn't even catch that, and I've seen this movie 4 times. So it follows 3 new guys, a movie crew, and the veteran soldiers that have been fighting in this outpost for over a year. And the aliens are thinning out. And then, bum, 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 something happens. It changes, puts this movie on its head. So what did you guys think about this, Blake?
I liked it. I got the impression that for the most part, the guys that had been manning the outpost were fighting off insurgents that were trying to, well, not even necessarily insurgents, just combatants, but local combatants that wanted to kick them the hell out of their country. And then, like you alluded to, something goes awry and bad things happen. And I thought the aliens looked like the old some of the Halo aliens from the video game Halo. There's these big hulking critters, and I thought it was really good. I liked it. I had seen it before you picked it. I saw it a while ago, and then I was like, yeah, I'll watch that again, and it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't get to do though is you had mentioned that there was an after credit scene, and I did not get to see it yet, but I will. I'm gonna
watch it.
watch
Yeah, watch it tonight. Watch it tonight. It's pretty good. It ties a lot of things. You're like, oh, cool, you know. But I like the camaraderie they showed in this.
Me too.
They actually did a good job. It wasn't just, you know, you actually like the characters in the short span of time and the screen time that each guy had and stuff. So it made it you were interested, you know, who lived, who died. So I thought that was cool.
True. I got the impression that the aliens that were still on Earth were trapped here. Like their mothership either took off and left them, or was severely damaged enough that they couldn't get them off planet. So they were stuck down here and trying to just keep fighting.
Yeah, and I liked how they had the correct ammo to kill these things, not like Starship Troopers where they're, you know, expending 50,000 rounds to take a bug out.
One leg.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought they had that going on. Scott, what's your opinion?
I don't consider it found footage. It was a documentary. So the only times that the scenes wavered was during the combat, which I thought was realistic because I'm sorry, you know, very few people are John Ford who's going to stand there with bombs exploding around them still videotaping. It wasn't cheaply done because you still got to see really good shots of the aliens. The plot was well thought out. I love the whole idea of these guys, you know, 3-month tours, and now they're finishing up 1 year in this outpost that's, you know, if God was going to give the planet an enema, that's the post where he would have given it. Okay, Jeff, he was waving.
Thank you,
buddy.
Yeah, it didn't go over the top.
Winter Green Dip.
Wow.
Hi.
Can you say that again?
Grizzly Winter Green Dip.
Wow, that's a pretty awesome
pretty good name.
Yeah, I like that.
And as you were saying, it was very realistic. I like the camaraderie with them. I love the way they screw around with the newbies and get them to think they're going to get shot. And I saw it the first time and it was okay, but when I watched it again, I realized it was realistic in the fact that, the aliens are invading. They're still trapped here. They're still screwing around with the countryside, yet the locals want to get the Americans out.
Yep.
Right.
They even sided with the aliens to get rid of us at some point. Very realistic. My only flaw with the movie was it could have been done better.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was well done, but if they had a few extra bucks, I think the movie would have been much better. I mean, it reminded me a lot of the Battle Los Angeles.
It did. The camaraderie and the invasion. I mean, I thought the newsreel scenes that they used, I thought they did that really well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they were of course natural disaster scenes or whatever, but they cut those in very artistically, and it really fit. And so it made it seem like a bigger movie than it was in parts.
And the actors, even though there were not any really huge names that I could recall, they did a great job. You felt like you were watching military personnel engaged in life or death combat.
Yeah, they nailed that. You could definitely see that they had superseded their fear, you know, and they were just being brave, and they still sometimes got their asses kicked, which was I thought was great. It was done well.
And like the guy with the story with the G.I. Joe on his backpack, you know, and that little short story right there, you're like, oh man, that's sad, you know. I thought it, to me, I was dubious when I first saw it. I thought,
same.
This is gonna be like a movie from the asylum, you know, just horrible CGI, crappy acting, maybe one well-known actor. And no, it was engaging and it was interesting, and you cared about the characters.
Yeah.
So to me, this is one I watch every once in a while. My family's not too enthused about it, but
it's a niche type thing. You know, you've got to enjoy this type of movie. And the special effects, for the budget they had, the special effects were good.
Yes, they were. And it's one of those movies, if you're in the mood for a war movie, you could watch this.
Yeah.
You know, because just all the trappings of it. It's a war movie with aliens. So
Yeah.
So what would you give this one, Rich?
I'm going to give this one a solid 4. I think the first time I watched it, I was like, all right, it's pretty good. It's something I need to see again, just to cement that. And then when you picked it for this week's movie, I was like, oh, that's great. And I watched it again this past weekend, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, great.
Some Facebook user loved my book.
Oh,
Thanks.
awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Always good to hear praise. Thank you.
Yes.
So I give it a 4.
Glad you caught us too.
Yeah, Facebook user, we're glad. Let's know who you
Facebook
are.
user. It's the FCC. Don't let them.
Oh, right.
Don't let them kid you. They're watching us.
What would you give this guy?
I'd give it about a 3.8.
Okay.
It could have been better. I think, easily with a little bit more money, it would have been a lot better. But it's a fun movie. It's good to watch. It's not highly predictable. You don't sit there thinking to yourself, oh my God, I'm wasting my time on this one.
Right. There's 2 quick things on this. One, the general's voice.
Hi, Jen.
Hey, Jen. The general's voice that comes over the radio, that he's talking to. That is the guy that played the Highlander in the TV series. I can't think of Adrian something, Adrian Paul, something like that.
I remember him too, but I don't remember his name.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to say is if you look in the credits and it's thanking all these people, they thank Topher Grace in it. So weird, right?
Okay.
I mean, what
did he help produce it or something?
I never saw his name in the production credits, just in the thanks. So who knows?
Whatever.
But if you watch this movie though, I give it a 4, solid 4. Stay through the credits or fast forward the credits because there's a great little end scene and it wraps a lot of things up in that movie. So
okay,
stay with it. So Scott, let's do yours. Yours is a pretty big movie.
Okay. I chose Tim Burton's 1996 Mars Attacks.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? When I was thinking about alien invasion movies, there were so many of them, but this one was fun. That's why I chose it. It is a satire on all the great, especially the 1950s science fiction alien invasion movies. For anyone who hasn't seen it, it takes place. It focuses on the White House with Jack Nicholson as the president. Everybody in the White House is a complete moron, which is I think is funny because usually. Now be nice.
Art imitates life.
Everybody in the White House is a moron. All the media people are narcissistic assholes. The scientists are just so, everybody is cool and great. And the rednecks are just so redneck. I mean, it has great actors in it. And what I loved about it was they played the roles so hammy. Yeah. And the whole theme of the story is aliens surround the world. And the military and Rod Steiger, who wants to nuke the hell out of them all. He was brilliant in this. Jack Nicholson as the president, wants to bring them all in. So they go and talk to Pierce Brosnan, the contemplative scientist who thinks that, if they're this advanced, they must be friendly. So they set up a meeting in the New Mexican desert. No, was it Nevadan desert?
Yeah.
They set up a meeting in the Nevada desert and the aliens land and they come walking up to the general. The general they come up to is thinking to himself, oh, this will make my career. I'll be in the White House soon. And things go wrong. And a lot of people wind up getting killed. And the alien, everybody in the White House is like, it was an accident. It's our fault. Somebody let go of the dove. These aliens with these gigantic ships are afraid of birds. Ooh. So they decide to have a second meeting with the aliens in Congress. And of course, nothing goes right with that one. The movie is it's predictable, but it is a riot. Like I said, all the huge name actors and actresses are in this, playing the most idiotic roles. I forgot Jack Black was in it as the redneck kid.
Joe Don Baker's his dad.
Oh my
Christina
God.
Applegate is his girlfriend.
Oh my
It was
God,
great.
Joe Don Baker was so bloody good in this one. He made just a quintessential redneck. I can't think of the name of the actress that played the grandma, who was just like gone in
either. She was great too.
Gone in dementia.
Love Slim Whitman.
Oh
yeah.
I was like surprised when I found out that song that they played, the Indian love song, was an actual love song.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was made up for the movie, like they made up Puberty Love for Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And the aliens go on a rampage. They go on Londa. It wasn't the old lady wasn't Cloris Leachman. It was some 1930s, 40s actress that they brought back. And this was her last film. And the aliens invade, and it's just a huge satire. The aliens are just, they're comical.
They're dicks.
Yeah, comical in their evilness. I love to see where they're standing in front of the Taj Mahal, and as they're taking the pictures, the other ship is blowing it up. It just made fun of it made fun of all the science fiction alien invasion movies before it. It's fun. Only like 9 people in the entire cast make it through the movie.
Sylvia Sidney is the name of the old lady.
I
just looked it up. Hi. Oh, Tina's talking about me again.
Hi, Tina. I wasn't going to go that far.
Well, obviously, it's either you or Scott or both of you and not me. So
she's trying to make you feel good.
Yeah, there you go.
So go ahead. What did you guys think of it?
Well, I was going to say, Scott. Now this is based on the Topps gum cards, right? Gum pack.
Yeah.
And it's true to a lot of the cards. The artwork translated right on. Tim Burton did a dead on great job with these alien. It's a beautiful movie when you look at it, because it's just so cartoony, and you feel like you're opening that pack of playing cards, and you're looking at the next alien disintegrating a school kid, or something heinous, because those cards, they'd shoot dogs, they'd shoot people. I mean, they had no bounds, and this movie was just like that. There's
the funny thing about the aliens was that was their third choice. They originally were going to go with this expensive stop motion animation, and the studio said the first company failed, so they gave it to another company that could have done a good job, but it was too much, and the studio said no. So Tim Burton went for CGI. And I honestly think if he had done the stop motion, this movie wouldn't have been as good.
No, I agree. Right.
Those aliens were just so funny. And the other thing I found interesting was when they were looking at the Topps cards, they decided to make it a comedy. None of the screenwriters bothered to turn the cards over to see that it was a mean, evil alien invasion.
Yeah,
they didn't realize that the Topps cards had backstories to them until after the movie was made.
Yeah, it's a good thing we survived that, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
No, go ahead. You're good.
I thought this movie was absolutely ridiculous, but it was supposed to be ridiculous. I saw it in the movie theater when it came out. I couldn't wait for it to come out, and I went to see it, and I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. As I get old, I've seen this movie probably 10 times, and as I get older, it loses a little bit of its luster, but still, it is right up there. And honestly, for me, the 2 best actors in this were Martin Short and Joe Don Baker. They both just killed it. And Jack Nicholson in the dual role was great.
Oh, I know.
Fantastic too. And there's so many people in this movie that you just don't know. Like I said, Christina Applegate is in it. Paul Winfield is the general at the beginning.
Yeah.
Rod Steiger. Yeah. I mean, there's so many people here. Pam Grier is in it.
Pam Grier, Jim Brown. They brought
Jim
them
Brown.
back.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
At the height of his fame.
And his wife, Sarah Jessica Parker's in it too.
Right? Yeah.
Oh no, that's what's his name's wife.
Matthew
Broderick. The other Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick. Yeah.
So I liked it.
Yeah. And what I love about it was there were so many things that shouldn't have happened, that Tim Burton kept, like, one of the funny facts I loved, I was reading the trivia, when they were making the screenplay, they hadn't figured out yet what they were going to do, how the aliens were going to talk. So the screenwriters, every time the aliens would speak, would write in act, act, act. And it got to the point that it just became, that's what the aliens have to say. So the whole movie, the iconic was because of the screenwriters. Writers rule. But Jennifer, you definitely have to put this on your list. It's funny. It is so, and sadly, there's so much of it today that you look at and go, yeah, I remember. I know who they're making fun of in that one. Like, I can't remember who played the first lady. She channeled Nancy Reagan.
Oh, Glenn Close.
Close.
Yeah.
Glenn Close, yeah.
Well, and a lot of these actors, they were at the height of their career. You know, Jack Nicholson, he was really huge at that time.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox was huge, and they were all playing against type. You know, Michael J. Fox always played the good guy, and he was a smarmy, character in this one who, hard to
Killer
clowns.
Killer Clowns is a tough sell.
This is not anything like Killer Clowns.
No.
Even if you don't like the actors, the aliens make the show. I love when they're running around the spaceship in underpants.
When they breathe in the nuke and it's like helium.
Oh yeah.
It was funny. It was really good.
Like one of you said, the aliens are just such dicks in this movie.
Yeah,
but
they
you
are.
gotta love them because they're fun. And
Yeah,
what finally, I'm not gonna say it, but what finally kills them is so off the wall. It's funny.
Did you read what Landis said? Her daughter started saying "act, act" every time she's annoyed.
I should do that to my kids.
Yeah, right.
No, every time I do that, my wife like rolls her eyes and looks at me. So
She's used to you, Scott.
no, she's still not gotten used to it. Every once in a while, she sits there and goes, if you were like this when we were dating, we never would have got married.
There's what was I gonna say? Oh, they also were toying with doing the instead of aliens, they were going to do dinosaurs attacks.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because they had that set of cards that are just as vile as a set of Mars Attacks cards. Just as violent, and they settled on Martians.
Interesting fact: they originally were going to do much more graphic alien kills.
Oh my god!
They were going to keep them more like in the cards, but then Tim Burton realized that it would have gotten an R rating, and he wanted it to have the PG-13. So they just did the old War of the Worlds. You get hit, the skin lights up, and it disintegrates, and then it leaves the skeleton behind. But do you know why all the skeletons were red or green?
Why?
No.
They were releasing it at Christmas time.
Oh. How
So I
sweet.
guess technically it's
How festive. Oh, we forgot Tom Jones is in this too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and the great thing was Tim Burton was in Nevada scouting scenes, and he went to the Tom Jones show and loved it, and went to Tom Jones and said, "Would you be in the movie?" And Tom Jones was like, "Yes." And the three girls that behind him, the backup singers that are replaced by aliens, those are the actual Tom Jones singers from that time.
Oh, that's
They
funny.
wanted to be in the movie too.
That's funny. After I watched that the other day, I downloaded a couple of his songs because I was like, "Oh yeah, Tom Jones."
Yeah.
I downloaded those songs, man. I love Tom Jones.
So what do you?
Oh, see,
Up.
Rich
Yes,
didn't want to give
Rich.
his. Yeah, he didn't want to give his score.
Zuckerberg realized he's on Facebook, so he took him out.
Did you hear an act before he disappeared?
Oh, I should have dragged over my alien thing.
You know what, Scott? I'd give this a 3.5. Oh, there's Rich. I see him down below.
Yeah.
He didn't get vaporized.
I hit the wrong act. Sorry.
Oh,
We thought you were vaporized.
No, yeah, right. The Martians got me.
Yep. Zap. Tom Jones.
Did you know Danny DeVito had a bit part in this movie?
yeah.
He was in the one of the casinos.
Yeah, he was the grumpy gambler. I think that was how they referred to him in the cast.
This was like that generation's Towering Inferno or
Yeah.
Airplane or something with all those actors in it. It's like their disaster movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was a fun movie
Yeah, it was.
for sure. They must have had a ball making this movie.
Oh, I would love to see the outtakes because they were just all of them were over the top. I loved Rod Steiger.
Yeah, he's great.
Getting so frustrated because they won't nuke them. Yeah.
And then
didn't
they shrink him? Didn't they shrink him down?
Yeah, they shrink him and then they squashed him. What was the budget on this, Scott? Do you know what it ended up?
I don't remember the budget on it. It made a hell of a lot more money than the budget was.
Good. I didn't know if it was a hit or not.
But I mean, considering all the restrictions that the studio put on Tim Burton, considering that, they didn't go with the original idea of stop motion aliens, they went with all this. I think the movie is just special effects in this are phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's beautifully shot.
It is.
You can watch it just for a lot of the scenes of destruction or alien joy, as they burn our landscape down.
Yeah.
So
the scene when the aliens are running amok in the nursing home. That's just
and the corpse in the wheelchair. Yeah.
And they're laughing as they shoot old folks.
Yeah. Now, was that the kid from Witness? The long-haired kid?
Yes,
okay.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember his name, but he's Jack Black's brother in the movie.
Oh,
that's the kid you mean, right? Yeah.
He's the disappointment, according to Joe Dante.
I forgot Jack Black was in this till I started watching it. It's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So what would you give this one, Rich?
I think I'm going to give this a solid 4.5. I thought it was really well directed. I thought the special effects for this type of movie were great. I can't even imagine how much they had to pay the cast. That must have been exorbitant. What that money, and they made like $100 million on it. I think
101. According to Tony, they made it for $70 million, and it made $101.4 million.
Right, it's crazy. So I'll give it a solid 4.5, 4.5.
And you, Scott, this is your baby.
4.8. I saved the 5 only for the best movies.
No.
So this is the closest you get. 4.8.
No bias there. I will give it a solid 4. I enjoy this movie. It's like I said, it's beautifully shot. The aliens are great. There were 2 trading cards. I mean, you look at trading cards, you look at the movie, and they're exact. So that was cool. So thank you, Scott, for adding this one because I hadn't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, it's a good flick. I hadn't seen it in a while either.
Now, Rich, tell us about your movie.
Well, my movie's Battle Los Angeles, and it's a 2011 alien conquest film. It stars Aaron Eckhart, Michelle Rodriguez, Michael Pena, and Bridget Moynihan. And while most of planet Earth did not like this movie and gave it negative reviews, I loved it. I loved it when I saw it the first time. I loved it when I saw it the second time, and this is probably my 8th time seeing this movie. I just love it. Think of the movie Independence Day, but it's ground forces fighting off the invasion. And the aliens in this movie, they're not 10 feet tall, and they don't have energy weapons. They're just a bit more advanced than we are, and they use the same tactics that humans would use. They just have better stuff. And Aaron Eckhart plays this retiring Marine Staff Sergeant Nance, who gets his retirement put on hold when this worldwide alien invasion begins, and he gets saddled with a platoon of Marines, some of whom they have a grudge against him. And the platoon's their plan is to rescue some civvies that are holed up in a police station a few miles behind the skirmish lines before the entire area gets carpet bombed by the Air Force. Things go bad. The platoon, they begin to fall to superior firepower of the weird-looking aliens. The good guys reach the police station, grab the civvies, and Bridget Moynihan and Michael Pena are part of the civvies group, and they appropriate a city bus to get them to a forward operating base. Aliens chase them the whole way, but really it's the survivors that keep running into hordes of bad guys. And Eckhart shows his platoon repeatedly what it is to be a Marine. His heroics earn him some respect when these guys did not respect him before. And the platoon runs into some Air Force grounders, including Michelle Rodriguez, who's on a special mission to find the alien command and control center. Good guys make it to the FOB, only to find it, it's been destroyed. So they grab a helo ride out of the area. And the staff sergeant, Staff sergeant sees what could be the alien command center, rappels out of the helicopter in an attempt to destroy it, and his buddies follow him. I'll leave it there so I don't ruin the ending for anybody who hasn't seen it. The media shredded this movie, they gave it awful reviews. Roger Ebert even called it stupid. What does he know anyway?
Right.
Thumbs up, dude.
Right.
So, but it made $200 million worldwide. It did pretty well worldwide. Jonathan Liebsman, he's a South African guy. He directed it, and he also directed Wrath of the Titans, the second Clash of the Titans movie with Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. I don't know if you remember that movie. And he also directed 4 episodes of the new TV series Halo. He wanted to make the movie look like an American war movie with aliens, and I think he nailed it.
He did.
Yeah, it took 4 months. It only took 4 months to complete filming.
Wow.
And this film, as far as I'm concerned, had one thing that many others lack, and that's military technical advisors. They had all kinds of Marines and Air Force and just Army on the ground telling them, this is what you do. But the actors also did a 3-week boot camp to learn how to function as a Marine unit, which I think that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
And also, Aaron Eckhart broke his upper arm, his humerus, during a scene and refused to leave the arm. He refused to have it casted while he filmed the rest of the movie. And there's a video game based on this film, but I've never seen it. A small incident, February of 1942, of an unconfirmed enemy attack on LA during World War II was part of the inspiration for the film. Many years after the attack, UFO investigators said the aircraft spotted during the incident may have been extraterrestrial in nature.
It was a weather balloon. It was a weather balloon.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. Swamp gas, right?
Swamp gas.
But this is a movie. I don't buy a lot of DVDs, but I purchased this DVD back in the day. Actually, it's a Blu-ray. I think it was newer than that. And I really do like this movie. This is one of my favorite Alien movies. Just because most of the times when you get the aliens coming down, just like Mars Attacks, they just kick the crap out of us, and it's like out of humanity, and it's like overnight the whole place is destroyed. And this actually took a while for the aliens to actually do any damage, but once they started to get rolling, things just kept coming and coming, and then it was about how we fight back, same as any other alien conquest movie. But I liked it. What'd you think?
I thought it was Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, it is
Independence Day. I mean, it was great. It was a lot of fun. We went to the movies and saw it. We enjoyed it. I don't know why it wasn't a bigger movie. It had a string of character actors in it that you've seen in a lot of stuff. That the acting was great in it. Michael Pena, I'll watch him. In anything. Aaron Eckhart, he was at the top of his fame at that point. I think this movie kind of brought him down a little bit because I really hadn't seen him anything big after this. And it's a good movie. I don't know why people don't like it. The action was great. Special effects were great.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I've seen it probably 4 or 5 times, so I don't get the hate on it. It's a well done movie.
Yeah, it got literally, it was shredded by the news media or the I don't know, reviewers when it came around, and I had a hard time with that because I couldn't wait. Again, another movie I couldn't wait to see. I had seen the previews for it coming out, and then I saw those reviews and I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. So I didn't go see it at the movies, and I'm really pissed at myself because I didn't go see it at the movies. I wanted to see that on a big screen after I had seen the movie itself, and it just made me sad. So what the hell do reviewers know anyway?
Right.
I will listen to reviews.
Right. Screw them guys. Screw reviewers. Screw them. It's a good movie. It's worth, if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching.
It is.
Go watch it right after the show. Go watch it.
Yes.
There's no deleted scenes, so maybe on the DVD there is, but not when you watch it. There's no end credit scenes, so you can just watch the end of it and go, okay, it's over. But it's a good flick. Thanks for picking it, Rich.
What did you think? Did you like it?
I loved it. It's one of I think it's the best movie we picked this time around. I originally thought it was a similar movie about alien invasion of Los Angeles, told from the point of view of a group of civilians in one of the apartment buildings. And then I called it up and I'm looking at it, and it's Battle of Los Angeles by the Sci-Fi Channel. And I'm watching this thinking to myself, no, Rich couldn't have picked this. Not unless he was on drugs. It turns out Battle of Los Angeles is not the movie. It's Battle Los Angeles.
It's
But
one of
it's-
those asylum ripoffs. That's what
It is. It's the same world, actually. It's the same alien invasion as told by people in that building. I read that when I was reading on the
Oh,
Wikipedia.
really? Okay,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
why.
So that it's
seems so
not
familiar.
just a ripoff; it's also a ripoff. So
But it is a fantastic movie. It's a war movie with aliens. It reminded me a lot of Saving Private Ryan.
a bit,
These
yeah. Black
guys-
Hawk Down, like Alan said.
Yeah,
too,
these guys, the invasion hits. They have to go. They have to find people that are caught behind lines, and when they get there, they have to fight their way in order to survive. Acting was superb. Acting was excellent. The military tactics were great. It wasn't one of these movies where everybody walks away and lives. You know, it was very realistic in that sense, having to deal with the civilians and, you know, the children crying, and you got to
kids.
try to get rid of them, you know, try to get them out of the area.
Get rid of
And
them.
the special effects.
Try to save them.
Yeah, well, the special effects were phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, they put a lot of. I don't know why nobody liked this movie. This was a great movie. I
So
mean,
about-
it was one of those movies that I stopped doing what I was doing to watch the movie completely. That's how much it dragged me in.
They filmed it in Shreveport, Louisiana, and some of the pyrotechnics. Hey, Mike, how you doing, Michael? Some of the pyrotechnics scared the people in the area, like people driving down the highway. So that they pulled over, they called the cops. Like, no, they're just filming a movie. So I thought it was pretty cool.
It's just an alien invasion.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just some aliens landing.
I think that Battle of LA, the one that happened during World War II, someone probably fell asleep on their anti-aircraft gun. And then they had to say, I saw something up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you mean like Spielberg's 1941?
Yes, yes. I love that movie too.
Boy.
It's not a great movie, but that's a fun
No, that movie sucked. That was the only Spielberg movie I cannot watch. The only thing that saved that movie was John Belushi.
Belushi.
John
Yeah.
Belushi, yeah. Wild Bill, yeah.
I haven't seen that, and I can't remember how long.
No,
Oh,
I stood in
saw it.
line to see that.
Oh, I saw it on like the movie channel
Oh,
when the first, you know, remember when the cable television would run the same movie all day?
Yes.
That's when I watch it. It was just all like, this is Spielberg.
Well, see, to enjoy a movie like that, you got to stand in line for an hour,
Yeah.
and then
While drinking.
Yeah.
I did that with the Black Hole. Stood in line for an hour and a half, and that movie sucked. I watched it again on the Disney Channel last year, and it's still, you know what?
It's on Plex. It's on Plex.
It
If
still
you have to
sucks.
see it again.
Still sucks. But this is a great movie. This movie did not suck,
No.
and I don't know why. Like we said, I don't know why people hate it. It was great acting. Aaron Eckhart, you know, good leading man in these type of movies. Yeah. I like this movie.
And
Yeah.
the ending,
Michael Pena
the
was
ending was so, I don't want to give it away. The ending was fantastic because it you know, it's an honor tribute to Marines.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
And leadership.
Yes.
So, what would you give this one, Scott?
4.8.
Nice. I'm
going to go one better. 4.9.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. How about you, Rich?
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards a 4.9 too. I really, like I said, I really like this movie. This is one of those movies that I watch once a year. That, and, you know, The Fifth Element and Jaws. It's just movies that I truly love, and I really like this one. So I'll give it a 4.9.
Nice. Yeah, I'll go with you guys. I'll give it a 4.9.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
I like this movie. It's a great movie.
Everybody out there, watch this movie. Do it like on a Friday or a Saturday night. Get some popcorn, get something good to drink. You will enjoy this movie.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll recognize, I'm sure, plenty of the actors that are in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot, you know. That's a good pick. Thank you, Rich. Do you guys want to, let's go ahead and let's do Hadley's because.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And who wants to do it? Who wants to?
Not it.
Not it.
Scott.
Scott, you're in it.
Oh, I thought you said, all right.
Thumb on the head. Not it.
We Hadley picked Predator, the old 87 Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I don't really have to go into any details about it. Schwarzenegger leads a commando expedition into Latin America on the behest of his friend, this corrupt CIA agent. I don't know why they made him a corrupt CIA agent.
Carl Weathers.
Did you know Carl
yes.
Weathers?
Yeah.
Did you know
Yeah.
Carl Weathers, Scott?
No. He was actually FBI. I'll tell you though, my favorite character from MASH was the guy who played the CIA officer.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
I know.
I can't remember his name, but I remember
know.
the
Every
character
time
for
Flag,
sure.
Colonel Flag.
Colonel Flag.
Every time I see him, I watch that episode.
Is that why you joined?
Yes. I was disappointed that we all weren't like that. But anyways, Carl Weather and Arnold Schwarzenegger's commandos go into the woods of Latin America to save a helicopter team that was going in supposedly to do an extraction and crashed. And he wanted the very best to go in and pull these people out. You find out in the first part of the movie that no, it's all sleazy. There was much more behind this than just a helicopter crashing. It was part of a very bad, very illegal covert operation. So they wind up, all the prisoners that they were supposed to get out are dead. So they grab, the only person that survives is the one of the young Latin American women who was one of the guerrillas. And they have to make their way through the worst, densest part of the jungle to get to safety. That's when they start realizing they're being tracked down by the Predator. An alien, best line. The Predator comes to Earth and he's here to do hunting, but he only hunts people with weapons. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
So, I mean, from there on in, it's a typical Schwarzenegger alien movie. One by one, the alien picks off the members of Schwarzenegger's team, and it comes down to the big final battle between the Predator and Schwarzenegger. I love this movie because it was original.
Yeah.
You know, the alien wasn't here to invade, the alien was here to hunt. And he has that, oh, I'm not going to go after you if you don't have a weapon. So,
or if you're pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a ton of discontinuities in the movie. I watched it on Amazon when I was watching the trivia, but you don't notice it. It's a fun movie. It's an action movie. It's everything you would expect from a Schwarzenegger film. And I say that partially tongue-in-cheek, partially realistic. And I think the Predator is probably, that and Alien is probably one of the two most iconic and original alien characters in the past 30 years.
You know what? They should make a movie and put both those guys.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Like an Alien versus a Predator versus Alien, something like that.
Yeah.
That movie, Alien versus Predator, sucked. I hated it. I was so excited when Lance Henriksen showed up.
And I thought,
oh God, they're going to do the whole backstory, and then it went downhill.
I love that movie.
I liked it too, and I don't know if you saw the second one.
Predator.
The second one is terrible. The first one
I love
enjoyed.
The second one.
No, the second one's awful. It's like pulling teeth.
Is that the one where the alien crashes and starts multiplying, and the one lone Predator has to? Oh God, I love that movie.
Yes, that was pretty dark.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Predator was the first movie that you really saw where they had a team go in and fight the supernatural or whatever type of alien force. Mm-hmm. And after this movie came out, then you had tons of copycat movies.
Right.
So this one really did open up the door for that.
It was also the first time you saw somebody carrying a helicopter minigun on, Jesse Ventura is in this movie. Bill Duke is in this movie. Yes. It's Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, a bunch of big dudes,
Yeah.
And it's really an excellent movie. The way it was done with the camouflage on the Predator, that was also original. That was really new, and nobody had seen it before. The fact that the Predator could switch, visuals and see in different spectrums of light, really good. He could imitate the voices of people. It was just excellent. And the divide between Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger later on, when Schwarzenegger figures out that Weathers is actually a dick, then and they had known each other and been buddies before. It was extremely well done.
Yes, it was. And what's funny is that movie spawned a bunch of politicians.
Yeah, right.
You had some governors in it. You had some guys that ran for office in it. So I mean, that's kind of crazy, But you had the characters. You had Sonny Lanham. He was great.
Yeah,
I loved his character in that. And Shane Black was Hawkins, the guy that read the comic books. He's the one that wrote that movie.
Oh, I didn't know
Really?
that.
He wrote The Last Boy Scout, Lethal Weapon. So I mean, I love his sense of humor. I mean, I love his writing. I love his writing style. Last Boy Scout's got some great lines.
Well, you know why he was in the movie? He was writing another script for the director. And the director wanted, since they were down in Mexico, no, they weren't in Mexico. God, I can't remember where they filmed it. He wanted him there, so he brought him along. And when he wasn't acting in the movie, he was writing the next script.
I can see that. But I love that. I love anything that Shane Black writes. Even his Predator reboot, except for the very end of it. I really like that one. And Predator fans hate that one.
Was that The Predator with Adrian Brody?
No,
that's Adrian Brody is Predators. The Predator is. It's not Aaron Eckhart. It's the guy that looks like Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, it's the guy from
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane.
He's in it. Olivia Munn is in it.
Keegan Keel.
Keegan Key. Yeah, he's in it.
The dude from Narcos, from the first two series of Narcos, the blonde dude. To me, it's fun. It's funny. I don't know. I really like that one. But the original Predator stands on its own. I mean,
hey, it's Hadley.
Look at that, an interloper. Yeah, the interloper.
I'm not a big fan of remakes, but I did enjoy the Adrian Brody remake because I love the twist on it. They bring the hunters from our planet and drop them on their planet.
It was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't care for Predator 2 too much. It was like it was trying to be RoboCop.
Yes, that was the one
Predator.
With
Danny Glover
from
Bill Paxton.
However, Bill Paxton is the
only. There it comes. I knew you were going to do
the only actor to ever have been killed by a Predator, an Alien, and a Terminator.
Well, how about Lance Henriksen? Now, did he die in Terminator? He was a cop, right? In Terminator?
Right, but he didn't. He was never killed by a predator, was he? Did he get killed by the Predator in Predators, or did he
Predator versus Alien?
Yeah, but did he, or was
he died in Predator versus Alien.
Yeah, but did the Predator kill him, or did he wasn't it a heart attack thing?
He didn't die in Alien. He didn't die in Aliens. He survived.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're looking for useless knowledge, we're a fountain of useless knowledge.
And we fight each other on it too sometimes, which is even better.
I know it's true. Well, what do you think of Predator 2, Rich?
Of Predator 2 or Predator, the one that we're doing now?
The second.
All right. So I didn't hate it as much as everyone else did. I think Bill Paxton was funny. I thought he was all right. I was never a Maria Conchita Alonso fan, but Danny Glover was great. He was great in it.
Yeah.
And I liked that, the pistol thing at the end. I thought that was excellent. But the movie itself kind of I like the way that the Predator smashed all the stuff together, the ceramic, and made it like a poultice bandage for himself. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was novel. But bye, Hadley.
Bye, interloper.
Bye, Hadley.
We'll see you next week.
Well, it had Gary Busey in it, though. It had Gary Busey in it, though.
He was all right. Yeah, it was before his head injury, I think. He was still crazy already, but same thing, Jen. Same.
I agree.
What's that?
He was.
Yeah, Gary Busey is the government stooge that knows about the predators, and he's hunting the predator.
I got to rewatch that movie.
Him and Adam Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin
actually, was like the second in command.
I got to rewatch that now.
Yeah, it's to me, it's like they tried to make it like RoboCop with that kind of humor and stuff, and that kind of future. and then
Yeah.
make a
I
Predator.
liked. I'm not going to give it away. I liked the ending after Danny Glover beats the Predator.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
That
was
started
one
the
of-
whole.
That was one of those oh holy shit moments.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That started that ball rolling on a new industry there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look, and Predator 3, I didn't think was bad. It was kind of a fun movie, actually.
Didn't even know they made one.
No, with Adrian Brody, that one with
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
the
Predators.
Yeah.
And I love the plot twist in that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I like the multi types of Predator. That was
Yeah.
really cool.
The Yakuza guy with the sword.
Yeah, he was great. He was great.
And they actually made Adrian Brody look like a tough guy. You know,
I know
he
that's hard
actually-
to do.
Yeah, it is. And he actually bought
He
it.
was. What was the movie we just watched? Clean.
Oh,
He
Clean.
was the tough guy in Clean too, and he was a
Yeah.
really tough guy.
Yeah.
Exactly, Jen. He wasn't nearly the tough guy you thought he was, although he was a badass in Lethal Weapon. Gary
yeah.
Busey. Yeah.
Gary
Oh
Busey.
yes,
Oh,
yeah.
Now Hulu's got that new Predator movie coming out.
I
this
know.
summer.
Prey is what
Prey.
it's called. Yeah.
And what's
Can't wait.
funny is some of these groups that get all upset. Oh, what are they going to kill him with bow and arrows? Well, how did they kill the Predator in the first movie?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mr. Joshua, outstanding. Girls on the ball.
So I guess we'll double back to Predator. So Scott,
I'd probably give it a solid 4.
Rich.
I gotta go 4.5 just because of the originality of it and Jesse Ventura carrying a minigun.
Oh, that scene when they
You're mature like a
cut the
bottle
grass.
of fine whiskey.
when they cut the grass in
Yep.
that jungle with those
Everybody.
weapons. Yeah, that
That
scene's awesome. I love that scene. I'll give it a 4 for nostalgia and originality. It's not one movie that I'd break out every year and watch.
No,
It's just not. And I love, Carl Weathers is great. You ever seen him in Arrested Development? Oh my gosh, he's hilarious.
He's
Kyle
Chumps.
Weathers was
Chumps.
great. I love,
Yeah.
and the two
Yeah.
actors I thought did the best job was, and I can't think of his name, the one who played the Indian that knew they would be in
Sonny
shock.
Landham.
Sonny Landham. Yeah.
Sonny, he was just fun. And then the not Kyle Weathers, but the other guy that lost it. He was the one that took Ventura's gun and just ripped the forest apart.
Oh, Bill.
Bill Duke.
Bill
yes.
Duke,
Bill Duke.
Yeah.
Now, Bill Duke played a bad guy in Commando.
Yes, he
Schwarzenegger's
did.
Commando.
Wasn't he the one killed in the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He got killed in a hotel room.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, my favorite scene in that was when he's holding the guy up.
Yeah.
Remember what I said? I'd kill you last. Yes, I lied.
Sully, yeah.
Sully.
What happened to Sully? I let him go.
And that's the guy from the Warriors, right? That was
Yes.
the guy from the Warriors. Come out and play.
Oh my god! I
Yeah,
never thought of that. Yeah.
that's great.
Agreed.
4.5 for Predator. Well, okay, all right. That sounds good. That sounds great. Sonny Landham, he played the bad guy in 48 Hours.
He did.
Yeah.
Billy Bear.
Yep.
Billy
And
Bear.
I don't think I saw him in anything after that. But
He was.
I think
He was in a movie with Sylvester Stallone where they were in prison, and I can't remember what it was called. And Donald Sutherland was the warden. I can't remember what the hell the movie was.
was that the one with Kurt Russell?
I don't think Kurt Russell was in there.
Okay.
Sonny Landham and Sylvester Stallone. There we go. What's
it wasn't
called?
Cobra,
It's
right?
called
No, Cobra
Lock Up.
wasn't in prison.
It's called Lock Up.
Oh, okay.
1989.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I saw that movie. It was not a good movie.
Ah,
No, it was called Lock Up, Jennifer. The escape movies are okay. They're B movie, very B movies.
Yeah.
think
I
I
gotta
gave
watch
it-
Cobra again. That movie was so good.
Cobra.
Yeah.
Son-
Shut! You surprised me.
Oh come on, that car is worth watching the movie.
Well, yeah, it's the car is the star of the show. I wanted subtitles in that movie. I want them to see that at the theater, and I wanted subtitles because I could not understand anything Stallone said in that.
If you want to see a bad Stallone movie, when he tried to do the comedy Oliver,
I've never seen that one.
I think it's Oliver. It's horrible. It's
Death Race 2000. He plays Machine Gun Joe for Turbo.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. That's right.
And I'm looking at
refused
Sonny
to admit
Landham
he
right
was
now.
in that movie.
Yeah.
Sonny Landham was in Happy Days.
Really?
Yeah, he's the French cook in one episode. He's
He
in the
now-
Warriors, policeman number 3. Holy crap!
Wow.
Poltergeist.
wow.
Action Jackson.
Ashton Jackson. Oh,
Damn.
I remember that movie. That's right. That was Carl Weathers' big action.
BJ and the Bear, the A-Team. Hardcastle McCormick, the Fall Guy. Damn, Miami
Now-
Vice.
Now,
He
a
ran for
movie,
office too.
a movie I remember I liked, and I got to find it and watch it again, was the one where I think it was Kurt Russell and Stallone are cops.
Yes.
Oh, Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash.
Yes.
Yeah, Tango and Cash.
That movie's horrible, but
It's
one of
horrible,
those-
but it's so fun. Like when they got the
Yeah.
guy hanging upside down with the grenades strapped around.
Yeah, I remember. I went and saw that one at the theater, and I was
So
like,
did I.
"What am I watching? What am I watching?"
Yeah.
But when you watch it later on, you watch it in the spirit that it was made in. I guess.
Yeah, but back then you paid $3 to go see a movie. You
Exactly.
didn't care.
Yeah.
And
You know,
Terry
I didn't
Hatcher
get-
was in it.
I
Terry
couldn't,
Hatcher
get to,
can do no wrong.
I couldn't get them to see the last movie. My loan didn't get approved.
I
know. Right? I just wait for him to stream anymore.
I took my dad and my son to see the new Doctor Strange movie. It ended up being like $70.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
It
How
was
was the
$67. Oh, it was great. It's
I hear
that.
absolutely worth seeing. Oh, it's fan. It's the best movie I've seen in a little bit.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
My
And it's got horror elements to it, which makes it even better. For horror nerds like us. It's
my
it's got some undead.
former mother-in-law, when she was retired, her and her friends would go to the movie theater early in the morning, pay to go in to see one movie, and then spend the entire day hopping from movie theater to movie theater so they could see like 5 movies for free.
I used to do that. Me and my buddies, we used to do that. We'd go in and then we would go over and.
Yeah, but we were immature teenagers. She
Yeah,
was
that's
in her
true.
60s.
Yeah, that's true. I did that with Silverado. I watched that and then went over and watched something else. But yeah, no. I hear that good things about that Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's
movie.
pretty
I've heard mixture. That's why I figured if Rich liked it, it's probably good.
Yeah, but I like all the Marvel movies. I mean, I liked Captain Marvel. I liked what are the
Marvel
other
was
ones that
okay.
everybody else? I saw Morbius the other day.
I hated that.
Alan and I were talking. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either.
Yeah,
So it's one of those
Yeah.
that I'm gonna need to watch again, just because I might end up hating it. But
Well, Tina
I'll
was.
wait, I'll wait till it comes on Netflix. I heard Matt Smith didn't even save it.
Oh, I know. Matt Smith, and I love Matt Smith, but
yeah,
I was watching with Tina and I kept falling asleep.
yeah, it wasn't. There wasn't a lot of action. You're right. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It was.
And she
a
says,
lot of
"Oh, I don't."
backstory.
Yeah, she says, "I don't think it was as bad as you thought it was because you kept falling asleep, and you wake up and a scene would be happening, and so I may someday when I may watch it again, but I didn't like it.
It was all right.
Yeah.
My old man did that once. We were watching The Longest Day and he fell asleep. And then he woke up like halfway through Earth versus the Flying Saucers and couldn't figure out. When were there aliens in Normandy? Dad, you fell asleep.
That must have been a good nap. That movie's like 3.5 hours
I
long.
know, right?
All right.
Ugh.
Well, we're going to wrap up in a few minutes. Don't know what we're going to pick for next week, but we have to let the Mistress of Mayhem help make the decision.
Yeah.
If we pick it on our own, we'll be banished. What are you guys up to, Alan?
I'm waiting on Hunt the Night to come out. I don't know when it's going to come out. Hopefully soon. I will let everybody know when it comes out. Believe me, I'll be screaming from the mountaintops.
Excuse me.
New release. And I've just been working on my other books, trying to get them out. But just having a hard time writing right now. But
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. So, Rich?
Same thing. I'm having a real hard time just getting to it. I've been doing. I don't sleep, so I don't do my best work when I don't sleep. But I do read a lot, so I've been trying to read some stuff, and I'm trying to bust out Joe Hanson's Zombie Rush trilogy, and then I'm gonna get to Hadley's the 2 books that she has, the Tapestry of Worlds books. But you know who is writing a book for the first time is Jennifer Amato.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yes.
she's been
Like-
commenting throughout here. She's writing her first book.
Like
Yeah.
more than 10 10K, 15K
Yeah,
words already.
something like
Damn,
that. She's
good,
pretty
good
deep.
job.
I would
Good
comment on
job.
it if I wasn't banned from Facebook again.
Yeah.
So only another week. It's been 30 days this time.
Yeah, and then 3 days later, you'll be banned for another 20
Yeah,
seconds.
I know. Scott, what about you? What are you up to right now?
Still working on the trying to get the third Tatiana book done. About 30,000 words into it. And I'm starting tonight. I'm going to be advertising it on my page. There's a book that came out recently. It was half graphic novel, half novel about Vlada Dracula. It was a really great book where all the roles were reversed. All the male characters are played by females, and all the female characters are played by, it's not the three brides of Dracula, it's the three grooms of Dracula.
Oh,
And
wow.
they asked me to be in the sequel. They're writing an anthology, a follow-up to it. So I'm started that this afternoon. So
Nice.
but if you
Sounds
got
good.
anybody who's interested in the original book, I'll be posting it over the next few days, the link to it on my Facebook page.
Cool. Very
Okay.
cool. Very cool.
Sounds
All right. Well, I think that's it. Thank you all for joining us. Please hit
Yes.
like, hit
Thank you.
subscribe, leave good comments. Yeah.
Yes. Punish that like button.
You
Punish
can leave
it.
bad comments. I mean, I'm a writer, any publicity is good publicity. And
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
yeah,
Linda.
thank you, Landa. And thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, we will all see you next Thursday. Not sure what our topic will be, but it'll be
You are too, Jen.
Thank you, Jen.
thank you. But it will definitely be 4 movies worth watching. All right, so that's
right.
it for us. For Alan, Rich, and myself, good night. Thank you for
Good night.
joining Watching Weird, and stay weird.
Ooh. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Scott. Rich's mom.